Good day, brothers and sisters. Wisdom at Dawn, episode 340. Awaiting conditions to teach the Buddha's wisdom, unlimited understanding. Master says we must keep advancing and going forward. We must recognize the beautiful state of mind within us. We must nourish our wisdom life with Dharma to attain an everlasting state of tranquility and clarity. In the saying, only the person who drinks the water knows if it's hot or cold. Similarly, the spiritual practice affects our mind and is something only each of us would know for ourselves. Master says spiritual practice is like weeding a garden. When we are weeding, we must be able to identify the weeds. If we do not know its name, then that is like trying to eliminate ignorance without knowing its source. Thus, farming is a form of meditation, farming of the mind. The mind is the Buddha is in the Dharma, and this all depends on our minds. We must recognize the beautiful state of the mind within us. But whether we can or not depends on our minds being focused, not scattered, advancing, not regressing, as we diligently move forward and put effort into this. As the Buddha said, I establish these skillful means to enable all of you to enter the Buddha's wisdom. But I have not yet told all of you that you will certainly attain Buddhahood. I have not yet said that because the time to speak has not come. Gradually, through provisional teaching, he guides people into the great path. With provisional and skillful teachings, he guides everyone into the great path to enter his wisdom. So thus, in the Lotus Sutra, this passage in the chapter on skillful means states, the Tathagata appears in this world for the purpose of teaching Buddha's wisdom. He wants to tell everyone that the mind, the Buddhas, and sentient beings are no different in their nature, as all have great universal wisdom. Therefore, we must have loving kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity to all. There is no such thing as a giver. Similarly, there is no such thing as a receiver. And there is no such thing as a gift given. Indeed, all things in the world exist to be collectively used by all sentient beings. How do people lay claim to a particular thing? Because of their causes and conditions. Some of us lack these kinds of karmic conditions, while others have them in abundance. So the Buddha came to teach us that those who have good karmic conditions must quickly fill the needs of those who lack them. And since we are taking from the world, we must use them to meet the needs of others. And this is the conditioned phenomena. However, we must manifest the unconditioned Dharma. We inherently have this universal compassion. With great universal wisdom, we can lead sentient beings. And we hope that they are replete with these karmic conditions and have an abundance of compassion and wisdom too. This is intrinsic to all of us. But the Buddha, he waited for the right condition and was about to proclaim the Dharma that he had not taught before. The Buddha had not begun to speak, but he was getting ready to, because at this moment the timing was right and the karmic conditions had matured. The Buddha had already entered old age, and it was about time for him to enter parinirvana. When everything was about to come together, the Buddha was about to proclaim this teaching to the assembly. And he said, all of you will attain Buddhahood. There is only one broad direct path, and the only way to achieve our mission is through the one vehicle Dharma. Master says, in learning the Buddha's way, the only thing to do is to keep advancing. We should never let such a beautiful state of mind slip away, otherwise we will be lost among the side streets. Those small side streets are complicated. If we take a wrong turn, we have to find our way back, and that will delay us. Thus, we must advance and keep going forward on this broad path in order to experience our beautiful state of mind. So therefore, be mindful always. 感恩 for listening in. May wisdom and inspiration be with all, always.